Well, hello, everybody. My name is Bonnie Crisp, and I would love to welcome you to the MSI Blueprint, where you're going to learn all about multiple sources of income and the myths about this. So let's get started today because I know your time is very valuable, as is mine. So today's agenda, we're going to learn the blueprint for brainstorming MSIs, the process that is required in order to be truly successful when you are trying to build your multiple sources of income. We're also going to learn a little bit about the myths when it comes to multiple sources of income. So I'm going to just be using MSIs, and I'm going to trust that you understand when I say MSI, that I mean multiple sources of income. And we're also going to be learning what is a true MSI, so it saves you time and gives you actual money. So MSI creation, there's actually a process for this if you want to do it right, and you should be thinking about whether you want to actually have an MSI. So the first thing that you need to do when you're creating MSI is creating a mind map. So what you could do right now is take out a piece of paper and write your main product or primary service in the center of that piece of paper. You're going to draw a circle around this product or service that you actually provide right now. So a good example that I started with is a hairdresser. So you're going to place that in the center of that circle. So imagine yourself as this hairdresser, or just write down what you do in the center of this circle. And you really do have to get your imagination going. And I probably don't expect you to do the whole thing right now, but you could get started. Okay, so if we use the example of a hairdresser, then this hairdresser could create a class teaching French braiding. I mean, I don't know how to French braid, and I have long hair. If I seen a class teaching French braiding, I know that I would show up for that class. You could sell the best blow dryers on the market within her store. You could leverage other people, and you could sell styling products. Make it an exclusive line so that people have to go to that store in order to purchase them, and then advertise them. Okay, so now we have 4 different ways that this hairdresser could be actually earning some money. Now, you want to try to find services that are scalable, and you need them to be preferably high income services, but we're going to talk a little bit more about that later. Now, you need to find a passive income. Well, what is a passive income? Well, when you're looking for these passive incomes, you're going to be looking for things like courses. So when we looked at the hairdresser, she built a French braiding course. Well, when she built her course, she might have built some course material. She might have built, the French braiding technique, and she'd only have to build that once. Now, she might have to trade her time a little bit because she might have to show up and teach the class, but at least she only had to build the course material one time. Perhaps she writes a book about it and she markets that book. There's a passive income. Leveraging other people, that's a passive income. Perhaps she hires 2 or 3 other people within her business, and she gets 50% or 40% of whatever they earn. That's a passive income. She could also maybe rent space. Perhaps she brings in a nail artist and she rents that space to the nail artist. So she's not getting part of their income, but she's getting rent for the space. You see how you could start thinking about ways that you could earn passive income, even in a hairdressing model. There's so many different ways. If you just sit down and start this, you know, a tip that I could give you would be to search the internet in your skill set to find these ideas. And if you don't have the skills yet, you really need to learn them. So you got to be looking for the biggest bang for your money. So in step 4, you need to look for something that allows you to do it once and earn it over and over again. So when it comes to speaking, so like when I create this PowerPoint, I'm going to create the PowerPoint once, and then I'm going to teach it. And I'm going to send it out, and I'm going to use it over and over again. When you're creating classes, you're doing the same thing. The biggest bang for your buck is I could market these online. I could do workshops with this. I could create videos, which I do all the time. You only have to create these things one time. And there you go. You got the biggest bang for your buck. Now, when you think about this stuff, you've got it all in a circle, okay? You got your biggest skill or whatever skill sets you have, and you're creating that mind map all around it. Now, you may have identified several sources of income during this process. I mean, I'm not no hairdresser, but I identified several sources for a hairdresser. Hopefully there's a hairdresser on here. Maybe I've helped you out a little bit. What you got to do is pick one source at the beginning. You can't start trying to work on all of these things at once. You're going to just create all kinds of confusion for yourself. So if you want to start writing a book, you don't start writing a book, creating courses, and doing all kinds of things. You need to leverage yourself properly. So pick one to start. Choose the most passive thing first, and the thing you're most passionate about. When you do that, you're going to actually help yourself, because if you're passionate about it, chances are you might actually do the work. So ensure that you have the skills required to do this, because if you don't have the skills, then there's something, a disconnect that's going to go on there, because you can't create something that you don't have skills for. So if you don't have the skills, maybe you're going to have to hire out, or maybe you're going to have to start learning something. I know when I first started in mindset training with Bob Proctor with Thinking into Results, okay, I got the program. I was being certified as a consultant. I had to go through the gamut of, going to see Bob Proctor. I had to go down to Toronto, get trained by him in mindset. Yes, it's a high income skill. I had to learn that process. But then how do I find people that I'm going to train? I had no marketing skills. I had no sales skills. I had so many skills. I had no PowerPoint skills. I had no video skills. I had no skills other than mindset training. Yes, that could push me forward, but okay, you got all these skills, but you got no way to earn a buck. Great thing is I had passion for this, so I was able to go through all the challenges, go through all the obstacles, and start learning how to create and how to speak. So let's discuss the process for a successful MSI. This is the wealth pyramid. Okay, this is a really important pyramid. You must master this pyramid. If you don't, you are not going to be very successful. The problem is people are not even aware that there's any type of pyramid or triangle or whatever you want to call this. They skip the steps and they start at the bottom or they start in the middle, and then everything actually fails. So we'll start with the high income skills. Okay, you actually have potential to earn over 100K per year. You can do that by trading hours for dollars. That would be consulting, speaking, teaching, sales, anything along that nature. What a high income skill is you make you money. So that is very different from the other levels of the rung. And what usually occurs is people jump to the middle and they want to open up a business because, they're passionate about that. And I get that. I did the same thing. But I quickly learned that I was lacking a few skills like speaking, teaching, sales, marketing. I was lacking all of those skills. And guess what? No money, but I had passion. So I started to learn the high income skills necessary to starting my business. I was so thankful that I started in a mindset business, because without mindset, then you actually are going to go nowhere. You're just going to give up. That's how it goes. So you need to also, on level 2, the middle part, when you start a business in multiple sources of income, you should probably be looking for something that's scalable. So it needs to provide a flow of cash. Now, a scalable business is very different from a job. It's nothing near a job. A scalable income has no infrastructure. So it is not a restaurant. A restaurant has infrastructure. So it must have growth potential. There should be no to little overhead. And it is done once and then you're finished. Things like that. So this is people who make you money. That is what a scalable income is. On the third rung of the pyramid, you have high return investments. Okay, I tried that once. I quickly learned I have no investment skills. Now, should you be starting with investments? Well, if you have investment skills, go right ahead. But what if you don't have any other skills other than that? I recommend you upgrade your life. A high return investment is something that is going to return you at least 10% of your income. You really need to have cash flow to start, because money makes you money. A lot of times what people do is, they're barely making enough money to make ends meet, like, I don't know, $2,500 a month. And they think, oh, I'm going to invest in Bitcoin. Well, really, if you're barely scraping by, then you invest in Bitcoin. What's going to happen is you don't have the time to wait for it to bring you a huge return, and you're cashing in your Bitcoin when you didn't make any money because you need food on the table. So unless you have you making you money with your high income skills, or your scalable business making you money, and you don't have to take the money out of that, your profits out, to feed yourself, then you really need to start on the top of the rung. People don't go with step 1, step 2, step 3. They're starting on the bottom, the middle. They're starting all over the place on these things. It doesn't really make sense what people are doing. So when you learn how to do this properly, then you really can have multiple sources of income that are working for you. Let's talk about skills here, because this is really important. If you have not improved your skills and you've got your head, you don't have your head screwed on straight, then chances are you will lose money on your business, whether it's a scalable income, because if that is not properly done, and you don't even choose a scalable business because you didn't really know about that, then things are not going to work for you. I have done this. You need to start creating high income skills first. That way, when you have high income skills, you can always count on you making you money. And nobody on this planet will ever be able to take away from you those skills. You know what this does for you? It gives you stability. So the first thing you need to do is create those high income skills. And those high income skills, remember, are things like consulting, speaking, teaching, whether that would be marketing, anything like that. So did you know that less than 6% of the people earn over 100K per year, and that less than 3% of the people earn over 350K per year? So when you start to earn over 10K a month, you will become regulated. Think of a thermostat, and you will do whatever it takes to continue to earn that amount of money. So when you have these high income skills, it takes, just a few things that I know about you when you're earning this 10K a month. The first thing it tells me about you is that you're probably pretty good with people. And another thing it tells me is that you probably have some good work ethics. Another thing I know about you, if you're earning around 10K a month, is that you're more than likely delivering some kind of value to the marketplace. And you're probably not bad at selling, or you would not be earning 10K a month. So if you're not earning 10K a month, then you need to get some skills that will earn you these 10K a month. So likely, if you're not earning that, you're lacking in a few high income skills. And if that is you, it's really okay, because all these skills are learnable. The things you should always be doing, and I mean always, is working on improving your skills. Because when you improve your skills, what that actually translates into is high income, scalable businesses. It's money for you, because remember, nobody can take these skills away from you. So you can actually start taking those skills and transfer them into a high income, scalable business. And my second point on this is that when you have high income skills, then you can transition that into this scalable business, and it will actually lower your risk. And what's the alternative to this? I don't know anything about business. This is what people say. I don't know anything about business. I hate my job. I have been working in corporate, or been working at my job at the 7-Eleven or wherever it might be for 20 years now, so I'm just going to go jump into a business. This is what people think they're going to do. This is why people fail. They just do not have these high income skills. So here's an example. Now, I know this because I did this. So let's say that you want to start a business. You want to go get yourself a Shopify store. Don't laugh, I did this. And you think that, okay, I'm going to get my Shopify store. I'm going to drive traffic to this Shopify store, and I'm going to actually get out of this rat race of working in this crappy job, and I'm going to live the life. Okay, you see? How are you going to get people there? You don't have no marketing skills. You don't know how to drive traffic to it. You got no Facebook skills. You don't have any of that. How the hell are you going to get traffic to it? But let's say you get some high income skills, like you get some mindset training, you invest in yourself, you get some self-confidence, you get some marketing skills, and ooh, all of a sudden you are able to teach people. Maybe you build a course, or let's say you start building your Shopify store. Now you see an opportunity for a product online that, ooh, this is a real good product. I think I want to drive traffic to that. Well, you already got the skills. By the time you start doing that, well, you already got the skills. And you know what? Your scalable business or your e-commerce Shopify store is actually going to be successful. There's little risk because you already got these high income skills. But what usually happens is people don't have any of these skills and they say, Shopify don't work. It sucks. But it's not true. The problem is that they didn't have any high income skills like copywriting, marketing, and their e-commerce store just flops. And they actually didn't know they needed these other skills. So this happens. It does happen, but you need to actually go and get these skills. So the next thing we need to know is the 3 myths about MSIs. Well, I tell you, the truth will set you free, but first it is actually going to piss you off. So the 3 myths are passive income is permanent. Well, that's not true. And that passive income is easy. Well, that's not true either. You have to choose the right vehicle. Well, what's that all about? What do you mean you have to choose the right vehicle? So passive income is permanent. This makes sense if your income surpasses your expenses, right? Well, the flaw in this is that it assumes that the passive income is permanent. You know what? These sources can dry up at any time. Here's a great example. A friend of mine was generating over $1 million from various websites that he owned. And then Google goes ahead and changes their algorithms, and immediately he started to receive less traffic. His income was cut in half, and then eventually it went down to barely covering his expenses. Just because a passive income is there, it doesn't mean it's going to stay there. So you need to know that. How about this one? Passive income is easy. So passive income is defined as income that is received on a regular basis with little effort required to maintain. Okay, this definition actually causes many people to believe that generating passive income is actually easy. And I'm telling you, this is just not true. So think of these courses and these videos that I create for you. I have spent thousands of dollars, countless hours, and several years learning this information. I had to acquire the skills to make this all possible. So if you were to actually ask me if I think passive income is easy, I would definitely have to tell you absolutely not. And then what about this one? You have to choose the right vehicle. Well, this one here is a real piss off because remember the pyramid that I showed you? You have to start with step 1. To create passive income, there are many, many sources of income. Anything from real estate, stocks, multi-level marketing, books, courses, and I can go on and on and on. The real myth here is that people think that they have lack of financial success because they chose the wrong vehicle. Now, if you notice, and you've probably know some friends of yours, there are people generating all kinds of income in each one of these methods. And some have absolutely no success. And some have huge success. And I can actually tell you that I created my first online course about 5 years ago. Guess what? Absolutely no success. The material was actually very, very good, and I use it now today, and it works, but I had no high income skills. There was no personal development. I had no confidence. I didn't believe in the product. There was no marketing skills. How could I possibly find anybody to purchase this course? So you see, the vehicle that you choose does not matter. The most important thing is the skills that you possess so that you can actually attract and actually help you improve your success with any chosen vehicle. It actually lowers the risk. So you don't aim for financial freedom, you aim for financial confidence. You can always rely on your skills to earn your money. You can actually have confidence in the fact that you have these skills. If you don't have any confidence in yourself, or you have these limiting beliefs, then you have to start by working on yourself first. Investing in yourself actually has a significant return on the investment. Where can you get a return of 50% when you actually invest in yourself as opposed to anywhere else? Absolutely nowhere. Yet, you know what? We're programmed not to do that. This is actually true freedom because you know you have the ability to earn money no matter what external circumstances are going on, regardless of the market condition. Financial confidence is actually freedom. So you've decided that probably MSIs are for you, you think. So then you have to do this the right way. The first thing you have to do is master the first stream of income. The second thing you have to do is systemize and stack. Then you need to leverage resources and create additional streams of income. So step one, you have to master the first stream. So you begin this by picking the first stream that you are deeply passionate about. It should be something that you would do even if you never even made a dime doing it and nobody paid you for it at all. Why? Why would you do that? The first stream is going to be the absolute toughest. It is in this stream that you will be learning all the skills required for all the streams of income. It's the fundamental skills that are actually going to help you in all your streams of income, like personal development, copywriting, marketing, all of those things. If you need personal development to get your mind right and to build that confidence, then get the right relationship with money. Or even if you need to remove some of those beliefs, such as things like you need a business degree in order to be successful, then you got to get your mind right first. This is the stream where you'll be getting all the bumps and all the bruises. If you're passionate about it, then you're going to increase your odds that you will be persistent just long enough to clear all the hurdles and acquire these necessary high-income skills to help you be successful. Then after that, you can leverage and stack these into the next stream. The second step you got to do is you got to systemize and stack. So once you've mastered the first stream, it is time to systemize it. So what is required to do this is you need to, after you systemize it, is you need to actually make sure that this stream requires little or no effort on your part to continue to earn income. So how do you do that? You do this through leveraging people and by employees and technology. So you get digital employees, like, woohoo, because it's automation. It takes away you holding its hand, and it's actually doing it on its own for the most part. So this is another skill that you must acquire in order to get that first income stream going. And since you're acquiring these skills, you can start to stack the skills and create more streams of income. Now, the next thing you need to do is leverage resources and create additional streams. This is where people go wrong. They don't require all the skills that are needed to do this. They think they don't have the money for personal development. They will earn the money first from the business, then they'll get all that. But you see, they take all their money and some people even mortgage everything. They start this new business because, they're passionate about it. Then they have no extra money because they have to eat, they have to pay their bills, and they have this they have an unhealthy relationship with money in the first place, filled with all kinds of limiting beliefs, like you have to work hard if you're going to be successful, instead of a healthy belief where you have to work smarter, not harder, if you're going to be successful. You know what happens? They never, ever are able to afford to get the proper skills, like learning marketing, like personal development, like proper copyright coaching. The list goes on and on. So you got to get whatever it is that you need. Start at the top of the wealth pyramid. Then get a scalable business. If you do it this way, the risk is reduced significantly. And when you do that, you get a return on your investment. You're investing in yourself, and that investment is huge. Then you can go to step 3, leverage and create additional systems. Once you have the first stream done and you systemized it and it's running almost entirely on its own, now you have free time and energy to start that second stream. You do this intelligently. You leverage the skills, knowledge, and talent and teams from the first income stream. You see why you don't start on step 2? It just doesn't work. If I started my Shopify store, but I have no skills in marketing, well, guess what? And I know it's true, you're going to fail. Then I would say those stores don't work. And now, I was lucky I had mindset training, and I didn't say that. But I know lots of people who have. I mean, how about the multi-level marketing? How many people get into that stuff? They buy into that, but they have no sales skills. They have no self-confidence. I'm telling you, good luck with that. Get the skills before you buy into that shit. You need to understand what it takes. You know what? Better yet, what you should really do is go into your email box, unsubscribe from most of the crap you have in your emails, because they're selling you a dream. It's a fake dream. They're forgetting to teach you the proper skills. They don't tell you about, you need the sales skills, you need the marketing skills, you need the copywriting skills, you need the mindset skills, you need all these skills prior to their crap working for you. So what skills do you need right now to be successful? And go seek that out. Maybe it's personal development. Maybe it's copywriting. Maybe it's marketing. Maybe it's sales. Maybe it's speaking. Maybe it's closing the deal. Before you attempt to create multiple streams of income, you got to first learn these skills. And then you get the first one done. If you don't, you're just going to create mayhem for yourself. Look at The Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Author was Robert Kiyosaki. Okay, he got out of the rat race of real estate by adding a paper asset, his book, and he leveraged the financial knowledge he gained from his investing business experience into an information publishing business. Do you see what he did? He stacked. You don't do it any other way. That's how you do it. So you need to ask yourself this: is all of this worth it to you? If time and money were absolutely no object, what would you really want to be doing with your life? Ask yourself that. Do you want to get into growing yourself and learning all these things? Would you enjoy that? I know I do. I absolutely love it. I have a thirst for knowledge that you don't even understand. Maybe you do. Maybe you're just like me. I love learning. I have learned copywriting, marketing. I have learned video, slide presentations, speaking. I have learned mindset. My first one was mindset, personal development. That was my first thing that I learned. And that is my business today because I see people grow. I love it. That was my passion. Do you really want multiple streams of income? Or do you just want one really good stream that you can spend your days doing that and it earns you lots of money? Would that be what you prefer? Just one stream. If you want that, then you really, really need to get some high income skills. Because if you don't, then you're just not going to be able to maintain an income that is going to satisfy this dream of not having to worry about what's in the bank account, how much that item costs, what is this? What you need to think about this. I love this quote. The way to become rich is to make money, not save it. That is so true. So I would love to thank you for watching this video. And I would love for you to live your dreams, whatever that may be for you. Thank you very much and have a wonderful evening.